What's going on, guys? This is DropThisBox, and I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day today. What we're going to be talking about in this video is the Galar region, because I've been doing a series on this channel for quite some time now when it comes to me expressing my personal thoughts when it comes to each of these Pokemon regions and just pulling things from those regions that I personally enjoyed. And I'm going to be doing that just like every other video that I've done, but with the Galar region today. So I really do hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys have any thoughts of your own when it comes to the Galar region, like if there's anything in specific that you guys personally enjoyed about this region that you guys want to share with me, as always, be sure to let me know down below and we can talk about it. So probably one of the first things that stood out to me about the Galar region was its incredible setting. It's inspired by the United Kingdom, and you could really feel that British charm everywhere you go. From the green rolling hills to the cozy little villages and grand cities, it all felt like a fresh take for Pokemon games. It was like exploring a whole new world, but with these comforting, familiar elements from real life. And what I love is how this British inspiration isn't just in the visuals, but also in the personalities of the people you meet. When it comes to the way that they talk, the little British phrases, and even the design of the towns, there's so much character in it all. You get a real sense of place with small tea shops here and there, big stadiums for battles, and quirky sayings from NPCs that make the world feel alive. And in each town in Galar, it feels very unique, whether it's the snowy beauty of Chichester or the gritty industrial look of Spikemouth. Each location has its own vibe that makes you want to stop and take it all in. The variety kept things exciting as I explored, and I never felt like I was just moving from one point to the next. Each new town had something memorable to offer. I also appreciated how well the routes and paths in Galar flowed together. It felt like a connected world where every path and hidden nook was waiting to be discovered. That sense of connection, along with the setting's uniqueness, made Galar a region that I just loved spending time in, and the wild area was a game changer for me. It gave the Galar region this open world vibe that was so refreshing. I love the freedom to just roam around, find wild Pokemon in their natural habitats, and take on different challenges at my own pace. It made Galar feel so much bigger and gave me that thrill of just wandering around, discovering new things. The way the weather constantly changes in the wild area added a whole new layer to exploring. Different weather meant different Pokemon, which kept things interesting. There were days when I'd find rare Pokemon just because of a rainstorm or stumble into a tough encounter I wasn't expecting. I felt like the wild area was alive with new surprises popping up every time I visited. And then there were the raid battles. These were so much fun, especially when teaming up with friends or even with random NPCs take down these giant Dynamax Pokemon. Not only was it challenging, but it was also rewarding by catching rare Pokemon and collecting special items. Plus, there's just something epic about facing off against these huge creatures with your friends by your side. The wild area quickly became the heart of Galar for me, and I could get lost there for hours, either searching for new Pokemon, camping, or just enjoying the view. It felt like the ultimate place to experience the adventure and freedom that make Pokemon games so great to begin with. And Galar also introduced the Dynamax and Gigantamax mechanics, which I have to admit brought a new level of excitement to battles. When your Pokemon grow to this massive size and gets boosted moves, it just amps up the intensity of the fight. It made every gym battle and raid feel like a big event, and I loved that feeling of being right in the middle of it. Gigantamaxing took it even further by giving some Pokemon special forms and moves. Pokemon like Charizard and Meowth, for example, didn't just grow huge, they took on whole new looks, which made it feel like a special treat. Hunting down Pokemon with these forms became a fun challenge, like collecting rare versions with extra flair. This new mechanic felt especially thrilling during gym battles because it wasn't just a typical fight, it was a full-on stadium experience of crowds cheering you on and the massive energy of the Dynamax Pokemon filling up the screen. The whole thing felt like a sports event, and having that kind of high-stakes atmosphere made each gym battle feel like a showdown. I know Dynamax and Gigantamax weren't everyone's favorite, which I can understand where you're coming from when it comes to that, but for me, they brought a level of spectacle that made Galar's battles unforgettable. It was something fresh that kept me engaged and excited about every fight. Galar also introduced us to some fantastic characters who made the journey feel more personal. There's Leon, the champion with the flashy cape, and powerhouse Charizard, who I couldn't help but admire and want to beat. And then there's Hop, your main rival, who's not just a friendly competitor, he's someone going through his own growth and challenges. And watching him try to step out of his brother's shadow was something I could really connect with. Then there are rivals like Bede and Marnie, who each brought something different to the story. Bede has this cocky attitude, but he ends up having a really interesting character arc, while Marnie's more quiet and determined, with her own fanbase cheering her on. Each rival offered a new perspective on battling, which made the journey feel more varied and engaging. The gym leaders were memorable too. Each one had their own style and personality, and some even had stories that went beyond the gym battles. Opal, with her fairy-type Pokemon, was so quirky and unexpected, while Gordy had this rock-solid attitude. They weren't just opponents, they felt like real people who each brought something unique to Galar. These characters, whether rivals or gym leaders, added a lot of emotional depth to the game. Getting to know them and seeing their growth made Galar feel more than just a region to conquer. It felt like a place where friends, rivals, and mentors you actually cared about. And Galar also has this incredible sense of history woven throughout its story. You can feel it in the legends, the ancient runes, and the tales of heroism that you come across as you travel. The whole Darkest Day legend gives the region a mysterious vibe, and it's exciting to uncover these bits of lore as you go through the game. It made me feel like I was a part of something bigger. This history isn't just in the storyline, but also in places you visit. Take Stowan's Side with its ancient mural and Hammerlock with its castle-like architecture. These areas aren't just cool to look at, they're a reminder of the past where the stories of legendary Pokemon and ancient heroes are still presented in the architecture and culture. It makes Galar feel like a place with depth. And then you have the legendary Pokemon, Zacian and Zamazenta, who are tied so deeply into Galar's story. They represent heroism and protection, fitting perfectly with the region's themes. Meeting these Pokemon feels like you're stepping in the history of Galar itself, which gives the final part of the game this epic, legendary atmosphere. This sense of lore adds a lot of purpose to the journey. You're not just collecting badges, you're exploring a place with a rich past and becoming part of its story. It makes the whole adventure feel more meaningful, like there's a reason behind every battle and every town you visit. That depth really sets Galar apart for me. Other than that, that is all I have to say about the Galar region. Like I said earlier, I just wanted to make this video expressing my thoughts on this region, so I had the opportunity to share with you guys when it came to things that I personally enjoyed about this region. So if there's anybody out there that happens to stumble across this video that also enjoyed the Galar region itself, be sure to let me know down below when it comes to things that you guys personally enjoyed from this region. I would love to know if there's like a certain part of the game, a certain Pokemon, a certain character, whatever the case may be, any sort of things that you guys want to share with me when it comes to this region. Be sure to let me know down below and we could start a conversation and talk about it, because I always look forward to interacting with you guys in the comments, because you guys are awesome and I love you guys a lot. And also, our next video when it comes to this Pokemon region series that I'm doing on this channel is going to be the last video that we are going to be doing with this series, because that video is going to be covering the Paldea region when it comes to certain things that I personally enjoyed from that region. And it's probably going to be the first series on the channel that I officially wrap up, which is pretty crazy to think about. So be sure to look forward to that video. I'm not entirely sure when it's going to drop because I like spacing these videos out so they have some time to breathe when it comes to these certain videos that I do. But definitely that video will be dropping. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I do a lot of different kinds of content on this channel when it comes to gaming, horror, cartoons, movies, and TV shows. So if you're into that sort of thing, be sure to stick around. If you guys want to follow me on my social media, be sure to check out my Facebook page, my Twitter, which I'm usually active on the most, my Instagram, my TikTok. All of those are located in the description below. Be sure to click on that bell for notifications so you guys are notified whenever a video drops on the channel. But other than that, I hope all you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.